it's obvious that DuPont's been working aggressively, on reducing the cost of ownership of the PV, across the PV supply chain. But what's the roadmap for this, and what kind of reductions do you actually expect from all the R&D and all the development work that's going on?
The roadmap that is targeted towards reduction of cost of ownership is actually quite complex. The first target and the main objective of our development work is to produce enablers that lead to new cell architectures. So when we talk about back contact cells, metal wrap through, cell designs with local BSF cell architectures, there are other ways like alternative deposition technologies, new ways of high-performance front-side silver metallizations. These are all ways to reduce cost of ownership. And there is a very important element in the industry. It is not only price, it is what is the value that these products bring into the marketplace.
So a sense of innovation and technology advancements is obviously one of the biggest bangs for the buck that you can have in reducing the cost of the of a cell. Yes.
I mean, the main elements are certainly the new cell architectures, and some of those new architectures, they bring efficiency increases up to 0.4%, others up to 1% even. And our target is to supply materials to enable these cell architectures. On the standard cell design, there is also a lot of activity currently primarily on front-side silvers. And there all the talk is about reducing material costs, which we bring into the supply chain. And those material costs, they can be achieved by, first of all, high efficiency, but on the longer term, through reduction of precious metal. And this is one of our main activities and main resource capabilities that we put on that currently.
Now, so that I've understood what you've said correctly, it's not simply a case of trying to find a secret source of cheap silver. It's actually, assuming it's in the amount of silver used is reduced, but retaining the type of performance that people want without having to recalibrate the process.
Exactly, and we see potential as a first milestone to reduce the silver content of classical front-side silvers by 10%, and potentially, based on recent laboratory tests, even up to 20%.
Right.
And this will bring the supply chain significant cost savings. If you just take the 10% on the material side, on the total material side, that is already a reduction between 7 and 8% on the material. And DuPont will be releasing the first generation of these materials within the course of this year, and then our next target is to achieve the second milestone with 20% silver metal reduction in a front-side silver metal.
And this still means there's no, you're not sacrificing performance for the lower cost aspect.
No, otherwise it wouldn't be of value for the customer. Certainly, all of these cost-saving activities, they are associated with the fact that there is no trade-off on the technical performance of those materials. And there is a very high level of development work going on at DuPont Central R&D and in product development. It's actually the main focus for 2011.
Now, I remember earlier this year in China at the SNEC show that you actually launched a particular new version of this silver-reducing metallization paste. What's been the interest on this? Can you give us an update on, what's the feedback?
So that was actually the PV17X technology platform. This is the latest front-side silver technology. This technology does not yet incorporate the low silver. It is the next generation high-performance front-side silver, particularly designed also to meet the increasing demand of the module manufacturers So in the past, everybody was looking at efficiency. Cells had to have high efficiency, and that was it. But this PV17A is also giving significant improvements within the cell assembly process as far as soldering is concerned, productivity and reliability, and we put a very, very high emphasis on that. And the next stage is to bring those properties of PV17A into the next stage with reduced silver, but without any trade-off on technical performance.
Right, so there's a stepping stone effect that you need to go through to get this.
Exactly, but I think under the current price pressure that the industry is under, you need a step change. You need a significant step change, and we actually expect a breakthrough within the course of 2011 that we will bring products to the market that meet these requirements. The technical performance of PV17X combined with the low silver and the associated cost savings that this brings.
Is there a particular sort of region of the world that's very interested in this, because it allows to a degree existing equipment and lines and processes to remain in place? It's not like a tearing out tools to replace with.
No, it is actually it will be a product that can be used with the current equipment. It's a drop-in replacement for others, basically. So that is the purpose, that the industry doesn't need to change infrastructure, production infrastructure. So that is the main objective, to keep that entirely unchanged. So it will be a regular screen printable material with all of the processing that is already known from the other compositions that we brought to the marketplace.
It's interesting that over the course of just this year, various technical conferences, marketing conferences, PV manufacturers have stood up and highlighted the real cost impact that they've seen with silver prices going sky high. I believe those have kind of come down a little bit, but significantly higher than, say, 2-3 years ago. What could the continued, high cost of silver maybe make people decide to move to copper instead, much more quickly than before? Or is there really no fear factor to that?
Certainly there are activities in the marketplace, and when silver goes up, there is a natural reaction that people think about alternatives. Plating is an alternative, so removing precious metal entirely. This is certainly, there are activities in the marketplace on this one, but nevertheless I'm certain that screen printing technology as it is, or the thick film technology as such, will last for a significant period of time. And with the efforts we have in product development to reduce silver, we will bring a significant contribution into the PV value chain to reduce costs and to ease this situation considerably. So that is our very expectation. But certainly there will be also, and this is good for the industry, I think, other technologies in place which we have to compete against. But this is all about the business. You have competing technologies, and this is bringing us forward. But I think there is still a significant latitude in thick film technology and also in screen printable thick film technology, and the potential is not yet exhausted, I think. There is still some scope.